welcome back to Get to Know Shinko with me, your host, Noah Shenandoah. Today, I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to introduce you to some of the incredible businesses right here in Shenandoah County and some of the incredible business owners and leaders who make it all possible. Today, I'm visiting with Bev Butterfield, owner of Fieldsmith Home Arts, a home-based business in Newmarket. Bev, it's great to have you on Get to Know Shinko.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yay.
absolutely. Got a couple questions for you today.
Okay.
All right, first one is, what makes Shenandoah County a great place to do business?
Oh my goodness, John, this is a great place to do business.
Yeah.
First of all, when I was trying to figure out how to get this business up and going, I visited our economic development office. I visited the chamber.
I hear it's a nice place.
It is a nice place. And I just got all kinds of help figuring out what I needed to do for regulations or to make sure that I was within zoning code and all of that kind of thing.
Yeah,
so they were very, very helpful.
Uh-huh.
One of the other things, John, in this community, other small businesses really have a spirit of wanting to help each other succeed.
Yes.
I had a problem when I got started. The downside was I didn't know much about the technology I needed to make this business fit the modern age. So guess what? I found a neighbor who has a small business and he also likes to cook. So this was fabulous.
Perfect.
So I said,
a little swap.
Hey, tell you what, how about some free cooking classes? And in return, would you help me set up my website? Would you help me figure out how to use MailChimp to develop my publicity? And it worked fabulous. We were both happy at the
Great
end of the
partnership and collaboration in small
Indeed.
business. That's great.
Indeed.
That's great. Second question for you is, tell us a little bit about Fieldsmith Home Arts and how your background kind of led you into this venture where you're at.
Well, like a lot of people, John, I've had different careers. But I grew up on a 600-acre dairy farm south of here in Augusta County. And, you know, when you're a dairy farm kid, your way off the farm is either church youth group or 4-H. And I participated in both. And I discovered through 4-H, I really enjoyed food demonstrations, went all the way to the state level in competition.
No kidding. How cool.
Yeah, I did. And just learned to think on my feet and answer people's questions. And so majored in home economics from Bridgewater College, got my master's from Virginia Tech in a home economics field. I got my dream job right out of college, and that was to work for Cooperative Extension in Shenandoah County. And so I worked here for about 8 years. My career took me to from here to Augusta to Fauquier. Went into administration, district director work. The day after I retired, with 30 years working for Virginia Tech, I completely changed careers and went into higher education fundraising. Became a vice president at Bridgewater College.
No kidding.
And helped them with a $40 million capital campaign.
Wow.
When I retired from there, my husband wanted to retire. We needed insurance. And so I went back to work for the community college. And I love our community college system in Virginia. Laurel Ridge, it's a fabulous place.
For sure.
So I had the good fortune to choose to retire for the third and final time.
I was going to say, how many times? I think we're on three times.
6 months before the pandemic hit.
That was good timing.
It was. So my adult kids kept saying, you need to be teaching people how to cook. You need to do that.
Yes.
And so we were getting ready to build a garage, and my architect started sketching it on a napkin when we went out to dinner, and he drew this space. And I thought, okay, we'll park cars there. And then he drew the upstairs. We've got an office upstairs. And then he did this little shed roof thing. And I said, what is this? He said, this is your kitchen. He said, it's time for you to start teaching.
No kidding.
Yeah. So it all clicked. So I went to the fabulous Alexander Brothers over in Timberville. They made these gorgeous barn doors. We have a multi-zone heating cooling, so we can close this off. On a rare occasion, we do park cars in here. Not very often.
That's good to ask.
We can power wash it down when we take the cars out. But yeah, it was a great space. And so started doing a few classes. Could not believe how much interest there was.
Wow, I'm sure.
And I was one of those crazy businesses that the pandemic actually was kind of my friend, because everybody wanted to learn how to cook.
You need to have, that's right.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah, perfect timing.
And so during the pandemic, we said, when you're behind your table, that's your island, you can take your mask off. We just spaced everybody out.
Sure.
Yeah. And then we designed a way so that they could see what I was doing without coming up and looking. So we put an iPad up there and
flex over.
So that they could could see what we were doing, and we were off and running. That's great. So it's hard to believe, but I've been doing this for over 5 years now. Yeah. Right.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful, Bev. Well, tell us, what's your favorite part about teaching classes in this kind of a setting, this kind of space? Right?
I love to watch people get it. People come in here sometimes and they will say, I always wanted to learn how to cook, but Mom always said I'd make too much mess. Or, you know. So when they come in here and they get into it and they get flour in their hands and there's quite a spirit of camaraderie among people. You know, when we're cooking, we all kind of are on the same page. Sure. But to see people get it, and then for them to go home and they start posting pictures on Facebook. I was going to say, they send me pictures like, I just made it. I made this. Can you believe I just made this? And then the better yet, I see their kids and grandkids in the kitchen with them making things. But breaking bread together, friends and food, there's just not much better combination. Yes.
I know when my wife took a class with you, it was last year, came home so excited about the dish she learned and she made it. I was like, oh, this is amazing. Yay. So yes, absolutely.
Makes me happy.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So those 3 questions Bev had in advance, but we always like to do a fun question or two at the end. So here we go. Running workshops or classes in this kind of real memorable setting creates a lot of really cool experiences for people. Can you think of one story from a class that really kind of captures the spirit of what you're doing here?
Wow. There's so many stories. I'm sure. You know, I think about, I had a great time doing a bridal shower for someone in this county. Yeah. And everybody came and we all made scones together. Yeah, and everybody that came brought their gift was something for the kitchen for the bride.
That's a great idea.
It really was. And I so enjoyed working with the family and with that bride. She has since come back and taken classes as she's getting going. Yeah. She has her own small business. And so she has shared products from her business with me to use in classes. So I love how we just hand it along and it keeps on coming back to us.
I love that story. Yeah. That's great. All right. So one last question. Usually you only get one, but you get 2 today.
I do.
It's your lucky day.
Me. Okay.
So everyone's got to be wanting this, I'm sure, because I'm asking this question to myself. What's your favorite go-to recipe for your family?
Oh, for my family. Well, I do an awful lot of bread baking, John. Yeah. So
love bread.
And in this class, we also do a lot of different kinds of bread making too. Now, my husband has said that we probably need to stop bread classes for a little while and go to something else because, you know, there are calories involved in it. Because, you know, I want to do a quality job. So we have to test.
You have to do a lot of trials.
But my friends are the recipients of some of the tests too. So they're pretty good, pretty generous with me on that.
That's great. That's great. Well, Bev, thank you so much for being on Get to Know Shenco with me, your host, Noah Shenandoah. To learn more about Fieldsmith Home Arts, you can check out their website, which is fieldsmithhomearts.com, or on your Facebook page, which also will have information about upcoming classes and how to make connections with you to reach out, because you also do more than just public classes, but it's corporate events or training, or bridal showers or those types of things. Lots of different opportunities for you to connect with Bev's business here.
And John, can I just mention that we've got a great community partnership coming up? Because again, as I said in the beginning, businesses in our county really like working together. Yeah. We're going to be doing a special event on November 23rd at Muse Vineyard.
Nice. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
It's called Get Your Party On, because people get kind of anxious. You know, this stage of Pinterest, everybody feels like everything's got to be perfect.
Yep.
And so we're going to gather. We'll have room for about 50 guests. We have a number of vendors who are local small businesses that will be have things that would be appropriate for holiday gifts. Yeah. We will be demonstrating how to make a floral arrangement for the table for the holidays. There'll be 3 appetizers that we'll be fixing with everybody, and they'll get to taste. Sally's going to give them each a glass of wine with her ticket.
That will be involved in there somewhere.
And so just a way to celebrate our community and give thanks for the richness that we have in this community. So November 23rd is a Saturday afternoon at 2:00 at Muse.
Great.
And
for people who are interested in that, they go to your website or Facebook?
They'll be able to go to my website. It's not up there yet, but it's going to be shortly.
Okay, great.
And they also can get tickets at Muse.
So, awesome. That's great. That's great. Well, very good. Well, until next time, I'm Noah Shenandoah. I encourage you to get out, do some cooking, and get to know Shenco.
Thank you.
If you'd like to have your business featured on Get to Know Shenco, please reach out to me, John Fogel, at jfogel@shenandoahcountyva.us, or message me right here on Facebook. We appreciate you watching this video and helping to get the word out on all the amazing businesses right here in Shenandoah County.